So hello, and very happy to be here at PDAC 2026 on behalf of mining.com.au, and I'm here with Veracio. So maybe we can start, you can tell us a little bit about the company and your solutions.
Yes, absolutely. So I am with a company called Veracio, and we are very proud of the mining technology that we have. We have technology that measure and survey drill holes, but then we also have scanning technology that reveals the information and the content of the drilled material. We have software solutions that brings this data into the client's hands, where they actually can benefit from the results from it.
What kind of data are you providing with this solution? What are the kind of key gaps in the industry that you see right now?
So the solutions that we are providing is actually changing the paradigm in the industry. What do I mean with changing the paradigm? Traditionally, it takes a long time to extract the information from core. Both you're doing in logging, that takes time. You're sending off samples to laboratories, and you have to wait for the results. So we're shifting that around by providing consistent data in a rapid format to clients. So they get, for example, consistent geochemistry, they get consistent mineralogy, and we combine that. On top of that, we also have really important high-resolution images to reference the data that we're providing.
What are some of the key impacts that your clients have said about, once they've implemented your solutions, what are the impacts that have felt so far?
We have a lot of different examples that we can talk about, but if we started looking at in exploration phase, we have clients that have made discoveries thanks to the data, discoveries that they would not otherwise have they would otherwise not have found. We have other companies, they're making decisions on should they continue drilling or should they stop the hole, and in those situations they also discover that the ore body continues in a certain way that is of course of importance. We are involved in mining operations, so we're providing consistent data to their operations, which is of course valuable.
And how prevalent is the use of similar solutions such as these? Like, is this something that the broader junior mining market has really kind of gotten on board with?
There are more and more adoption coming for this type of technology. Of course, the traditional way of doing it manually, with geologists logging the core by their eyes, that is of course the most the usual way of doing it. But we see that there's much more adoption around the world for our technologies, and in particular actually in the junior space, where they see it's very important to get fast information and also have this consistency in the program that are running.
Let's just talk about some of the key information, the key data that the companies are getting from the solutions.
So they get consistency in geochemistry, and we're not talking about point data, we're talking about consistent data sets that collected over volumes and volumes of meters of core. We are talking about mineralogy data that we collect. We're talking about high-resolution images. Yeah. We're talking about geotechnical information that we also receive from these data sets that we're collecting.
What's coming down the line for Veracio? What should we be on the lookout for? Do you have new technologies or anything that you want to share?
You will continue to see our scanners becoming more and more frequently installed at different sites around the world. This technology is actually not new. This was launched at PDAC 2014, so quite some years ago. But of course, we're not done with development. There's development ongoing all the time, and we're doing a lot in both the sensor space, but also in the software solution, enabling the clients to really benefit from the data, to bring data into value-generating results for them. We have interesting development going on in improving detection limits for geochemistry, to be able to, for example, detect gold.
So maybe we can get a quick demonstration of how the technology works, and so we can share that with our viewers as well.
Absolutely.
All right, so here we see the typical results after a scan. This is a tray that were captured. As you can see, the topography and the imaging have now come together to create this 3D version of the core tray. it's not only great for positioning the robotics in this machine, it's also a very neat visual presentation. The interesting thing here is you can now overlay different elements on here. So this is potassium and how that varies along that sample at centimeter resolution. So this is really helpful for geologists to be able to understand what happens with the rocks and what type of rock it is. Seeing the potassium just drop here on the white type of rock, and you can see that happen with different veins and other things throughout here. There's also different views you can have here in terms of viewing this as a heat map like this. It becomes very super clear where things pop out, right? And as for a geologist, this is just amazing to be able to access within 10 minutes, literally, of scanning. So there you go with that. We could also show you what those photographs looks like that we captured as well, and they have a fair bit of detail to them too. Obviously this data density, the consistency and the quality control on this data makes this type of data set excellent for machine learning, both today and in the future.